Is that what you call a survivor?
A few cells are still alive. It's more than I need.
You at least identified it?
We tried, but the computer went off the charts. You see, normal human beings have 40 DNA memo groups, which is more than enough for any species to perpetuate itself. This has 200,000 memo groups.
Sounds like a freak of nature to me.
Yeah. Can't wait to meet him. You okay, General? Over here. Excuse me. Okay, General, I want to show you something here. This is a normal human DNA chain, okay? You, me, anybody, right? Watch this. The compositional elements of his DNA chain are the same as ours. There's simply more of them, tightly packed with infinite genetic knowledge, almost like this being was engineered.
Is there any danger?
No. We put it through the cellular hygiene detector. The cell is, for lack of a better word, perfect.
Okay, go ahead. But Mr. Perfect better be polite, otherwise I'll turn him into cat food.
Activate it. Tissue processing.
Ten seconds to ultraviolet protection.
This is the last phase. The cells are bombarded by slightly greasy solar atoms, which forces the body to react to protect itself. That means growing skin.
Wonderful.
Reconstruction complete.
Remove the shield.
And that's why another thing that I'm really fascinated by is Obama winning the election, simply because there's only one type of human being on Earth that doesn't appear to have been seeded here by extraterrestrial races. In other words, most of the human beings on this planet are not local. There's a single blue-eyed ancestor that all human beings can be traced back to. The white person did not exist on Earth prior to about 10, 11,000 years ago because of this exchange with higher species in the time of Atlantis. That's when we started to have the first interbreeding occurring that led to blue-eyed, white-skinned people. The only people that actually seem to have been generated by the Earth's own evolution is black people. Those are the only racial types that we have on Earth that you don't see in people that come from other planets, and that makes them very special.
Well, and I was going to ask you, of all these varieties, these 57 varieties in the galaxy, why are we so different? And we have all these different varieties on this planet. I mean, are there some planets that have 4, 5, 6 different varieties of humans, or just one?
Well, here's the deal on that score. We are very, very unique in the sense of the sheer amount of racial diversity on this planet. And this is from multiple witness testimonies and from various other sources I've used, including the Law of One material. What happened is that...
It is fascinating when you think about it, David.
Yeah, I mean, the average
You've got a planet here with different races of human beings scattered all over the planet.
Right. And if you look at our own evolutionary record and what we've gotten from anthropology, there's 5 different major seeds of human civilization that all basically occurred at the same time, independent of each other, where these people look different and they have different basic biological characteristics, and there's no real genetic linkage that ties them together of having the same species or the same racial distinction before. It's like there's 5 different groups that all showed up at once.
Science will say that environment and climate is what did this over, thousands and thousands of years. Do you accept that at all? I guess not.
You can't explain why climate, for example, would lead to the physiological differences such that Asian people have very different looking upper eyelids, and the whole structure of the skull is different in shape. And you have African people that have much larger noses, much larger lips. The conventional explanation is that white people's noses are taller because it's cold weather and they cool the air down on the way in. Black people's noses are flatter because the air is hotter and they don't need to cool it down. That's very, very hypothetical. There's no real science to back that up. It's just a supposition.
Let's talk about Clifford Stone.